Hello, Speed Gaming. Welcome to this entirely on-time race for Week 3 of the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 7. This is a great matchup today. We have Inifinity and Pgog versus Miendiem was supposed to carry us. Both teams are 2-2, 6 points. We'll get that updated on the trackers. But both teams have split both of their weeks so far. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they split once again this week, but this is their first face-to-face, so we will see. I'm Drossie. I am here with Lana Bean. How are you?
Doing fantastic. How's your Saturday treating you?
It's been pretty good. Chill day. Away from the wind.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we got both teams at 2-2. We got a mode called Duality. It's pretty darn fun. What's it all about, Drossie?
Well, each player, they're all playing the same seed, but there are two goals. Oh, what do you know? Starting with boomerangs in both start points. That's convenient. Yes, so one player needs to beat Ganon, one player needs to pull the ped. This is a 5 crystal fast Ganon, Key Sanity, with only 1 crystal required to open GT, so you usually see a fairly early GT play.
Yeah, because there's so few requirements to get into GT, there's oftentimes a little bit of candy in there. The game loves to put boots in there in this mode, things like that. Alright, got 50 bucks, and I'll go a single arrow of see you later at Mushroom Spot.
And just a junky map of Pod in Uncle Chest.
In this mode, maps aren't horrible, especially if you get lucky and you find a couple of pendant-related maps. Good for people to be able to route in pendant dungeons when they can. But otherwise, you're going to see everybody try and spread out as much as they can early, get all the information on available checks right away, and basically kind of tread over each other's checks as little as possible, double dip things as little as possible. But you know what? Sometimes the game will put the dumb things in pendant dungeons or crystal dungeons or wherever, and suddenly the game requires you go into a place 2 or 3 times. It could be messy.
Yeah, that's for sure, and, you know, you can be well into the seed before you even know who's your pendant runner and who's your crystal runner. Really depends on who happens to get the items for doing which dungeons.
It's very true. You could have one person with 2 pendants, but be the crystal person because their gear just allows them to blast through some crystals, and suddenly it's better for your teammate to do stuff. Hey, big key to ice, thanks game.
Yeah, right after Saha tells us that ice is green pendant.
Yup. It's pretty typical. Saha's like, I know the secrets because I have the map in the back room. You weren't supposed to find that.
Wonder if we'll see, like, early mitts and... Well, there's Bombos. That's one piece of getting into ice. Sitting in the back of the well. Some people sit on the dock of the bay. Bombo sits in the back of the well.
As does the Moon Pearl in the front of the well.
Oh, nice. Get that out of the way. And it looks like Vex picked up a glove somewhere. Was that on Race Game?
I think that was. So now we have backup escape. Hey, there's a big key on the library. And we've already got ice big keys, so decent shot at that being a big key we want. Quake on Bottle Vendor, that gives us 2 of 3 medallions already. An evil item in the back of the tavern that everyone should try to avoid.
I mean, you know, some people like to have their Fisher Price My First Shield.
Not wrong. And I don't blame people who do.
You're just not one of those people.
Exactly. Not everyone can. Hey, half magic, chicken nut, nice. Not everyone can dodge lasers very easily and do all that stuff, so shields can benefit many. For me, I want to avoid them.
So on the left side, I haven't really been keeping track of Relkin in Eastern Palace. Has he found anything in there so far?
Judging from the tracker, I seriously doubt it. Did get a full magic refill, that's pretty neat.
Oh!
There we go.
Yeah, I'll take the flute. That's kind of nice before he goes to CAC, and we know he'll have to go to CAC because there's a Moon Pearl and a glove there.
Yes, just missing another glove or a hammer for General Dark World. Alright, we confirm the gloves, of course, on Garrison's side there. But how quickly is Miendiem supposed to carry his team? Going to be going to Eastern Palace for that flute. The flute technically doesn't do anything for us until we get another glove. Or logically, I guess, a hook shot could send us up the mountain. I guess logically, right now, Gary up on the mountain's not legal to rescue, but with that flute, Tech Rock is certainly a thing that could have our hammer or glove. Okay, that's an excuse to go to Eastern. We have W. Garrison getting a Eastern big key in the back of Escape.
Ooh, nice. So he can even do one more check than Relkin was able to do there.
Yeah, nobody's touched South Shore yet. If they could score a bow, that's fully clearable early.
That would be amazing. Well, Vex is starting South Shore.
Advantage team to Infinity and Pgog, though. They're going to have that flute to pretty much be able to get around pretty easily. Relkin's going to know exactly where to go to get the glove and the medallions and the Moon Pearl. And how to avoid a shield. So, key information on Relkin's side.
Well, Muffins is about to get Relkin some key information.
And Vextifer picks up a Palace of Darkness big key at the Dam Drain.
I'm very interested to see what's in Mini Moldorm here.
Yes, I'd say with what we've seen, our progression Zagina or Spec Rock or this right here, Ice Ride Cave, etc. I mean, there's always map chest and escape is always in logic with no keys. Oh my gosh, there's health.
You know, I calmed a race the other day that like 45 minutes in, one runner was still on 3 heart screen mail.
Wow.
It was insane. They did a 3 heart green mail cold stare and everything.
So Vextifer gets a bottle and a Desert Palace small key from Mini Moldorm.
Just like that Thieves small key, it's nice to get it out of the way early and not have to think about it.
It is, and if you get a book suddenly, that's 2 more checks that are not terrible to get as long as you got that flute that, you know, and 2 Infinity and Pgog has info on.
And Garrison is about to pick up within the minute.
And the Eastern Big Key, so we do get an extra check here that we did not see on Relkin's side. Money is also pretty scarce as well. Muffin's pretty good shape with that 300. Ooh, those cabbages are starting to cause havoc.
Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, there's the bow and Ice Rod Cave. You were right that the South Shore checks would lead to a bow.
And of course, Garrison is there with the big key, but no bow.
Well,
So
Vex will get the big key, and then he'll probably complete Eastern, because he'll want to go in there for the flute anyway, which Garrison's about to tell Vex about.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see Garrison not saving quite at that point, with knowledge that Vextifer can go ahead and full clear, but
He hasn't gotten the flute yet. He's about to get the flute in the next chest.
well, that's what I mean, is that Vextifer can have full clear Eastern, so I would almost think of W. Garrison would have saved and quit, but a good thing they didn't.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Garrison, it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't do the vanilla big key chest at this point, but he probably figured he's here, he might as well get the chests he can. Yeah, oh, and for the hammer, that's kind of big.
Hey, we got Dark World access already.
What was the big key next to the dam? But that was the pod big, right?
Yeah, pod big.
So, yeah. Eastern Palace is where it's at.
Yeah, Garrison's gonna have to double dip that Eastern, but at least with the flute, it'll be a little more tolerable.
Well, and Relkin's gonna have to as well.
Yeah, very true.
And Muffins is going to have to because he's going in there without the... Well, I guess only one person per team needs to beat Armos Knights.
Yeah, but they do need to go to Ice Rod Cave, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And
so Garrison may not need to come back to Eastern depending on what the dungeon prize is and what each runner winds up aiming for.
This is going to be a little unfortunate for To Infinity and Pgog. We're going to have Muffins entering Eastern, and Relkin's going to say, yeah, about that.
Yeah, well, Relkin's about to find the bow, so when he goes back to Eastern, he can finish it.
Assuming the crabs behave.
Yeah, those are nasty crabs, and Greenmail, they do take 2 hearts per hit.
And bad news coming from Muffins in 3, 2, 1. Not gonna save and quit, maybe planning on just gunning it for the big chest and the...
Yeah, they don't have big chest knowledge yet, so they're gonna learn about that hammer.
Yup, it's gonna get broken there really quick. And we have Extifer as expected right there in Eastern Palace, gonna get that flute and hammer.
Garrison, of course, activating the flute. Yeah, it sure does save the second runner time when the first runner tells them you can skip the whole right side.
True. And the issue is, if it's a crystal, and there's no other crystals available for a while, that could give a little advantage to whoever beats Eastern, because suddenly the other team may have to send the other runners in there to beat Eastern and get the crystal. But I guess at this point, if we get a pod small, suddenly pod is beatable too?
Yeah, I guess you could just rush the boss on one small. It's
definitely
not the greatest, but
not preferred. Yeah, you want to go in there with at least 3 keys to get a good clear, and there's no sword, we don't have a lamp.
Yeah, Vex getting kind of bodied in there. Did he take down the wrong Igor or something?
Okay, Swamp and Eastern are 5/6s. Meanwhile, Muffins does buy the most expensive bombs in the region, 10 bombs for 100 instead of $50 next door.
Well, sometimes Zor will sell you 3 bombs for 500.
True.
And hey, there's the pod small that we knew had to be somewhere because there are 6 of them. There's the second pod small. Oh, I was hoping that would be a third pod small.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
Ice small and shovel, but we don't have a mirror to readily get back and check the shovel spot.
Oh, but yeah, we'll take the dungeon info. That's desert map.
And Relkin fluting to 5 to get his hammer and beat Eastern.
And this means the second we get mitts in either a mirror or hookshot, that'll be GT availability.
And here is our first boss battle of the game, as Garrison's gonna get his 2 pod smalls and ice small and shovel.
Yay! I mean, a nice small's not bad. It'll help with routing.
I guess probably all the runners are gonna want to go back and beat Eastern.
I missed that. What was on
that
Armos?
was the Candy Cane of Samaria.
What is it with Samaria that keeps being on bosses in this mode? Good lord. All right, well, Relkin's gonna get that info for Team to Infinity and Pgog pretty quick here, so good for them.
And Vex learns, courtesy of Garrison, that he just picked up a 5-6.
This just kind of stinks, though, for the other runners, because a trip to Ice Red Cave could have saved a double dip for 2 runners.
Oh, and we also, by the way, saw that Meyer is a blue pendant, so we now know 2 pendants.
And we've got map info on Desert as well, whenever somebody does a map check, so we could have our dungeon knowledge pretty quick here.
What did we just see on Muffins' map check? That was way too fast. Okay, Desert's a regular crystal.
Alright, to Infinity and Pgog with that Samaria info, so it'll be interesting to see how long it takes Muffins to go back. Oh, we do have a lamp, okay.
Yeah, it was on Stumpy.
Got it, so that'll give us easy pod access. It'd be really good to get one more small key before going in there, though.
Oh, Muffins failed the chest turn. There's no recovering from that.
Yeah, reset, retry. Was that a cape on Desert Ledge? I very much missed that.
Let me see when it comes around. No, it was just a heart container.
Ah. I keep forgetting I have the restream up with the chat on the left screen. I never look at that in time. Alright, gonna get a look at slightly out of logic, but still cool waterfall fairy here on Muffin's side.
Though, as you mentioned, this is kind of a cash poor seed, so no one's anywhere close to Zora money yet.
Well, I think Relkin is like 54 away, but that's still a lot. That's like not even going to worry about a territory.
Yeah, Muffins isn't even going to scout Zora Ledge.
I don't see a point at this time. I mean, you can, because with your current setup, you could splash delete to the ledge. So if it ends up having boots or a small key, big key, whatever, gettable right now. So downside, upside.
But Muffins is going to give us our first look at Hobo, as Vex pulls a heart container out of Mid-Skull Woods.
And we get a cape from Spec Rock for Bumper.
We haven't seen what's on Bumper, have we?
Yeah, have not. I think Vextifer may be able to scout that for Garrison if they want, but I guess at this point, if you're Garrison, you're like, well, I'm going to go south. You can take care of scouting that.
Vex was waiting for his free elevator ride, and the elevator was slow in coming.
Yeah, if you're a little slow to that key on the left under the pot, it can be hard to get the first one, but if you have good movement in that room, the hand starts falling just as you're getting the small keys, so it ends up being pretty convenient, but sometimes the hand also just gets in the way and you toss the pot at it and it's gone. You're like, ah, crud.
So there's our third pod small.
Now it's starting to get
first.
A little bit spicy, right? You think about going in there, you can pretty much do everything but 2 checks.
Right. You just have to leave Vanilla Big Key Chest and Harmless Hellway.
Exactly.
Ooh, first sword in Pinball Chest.
They will take it. And our third medallion via the shovel.
Well, at least we don't need to worry about getting into Meyer and TR. Or at least Vex doesn't, since you do need a sword for it.
True. Somebody does need to get into TR, though. One person, both team, at least.
Not necessarily if it's a crystal and you can do 5 crystals otherwise.
Myers are pendants, so whoever's going to be doing pendants will need to go in at least. But otherwise,
someone will need to go into Meyer. I just don't know if they'll need to go into TR.
Oh, got it, yeah. We did get confirmation on Muffin's side that Desert is a crystal, so knowledge of an easy dungeon if we can get that big key.
And I think that was just quickly seeing the pod was a crystal on Vex's side. Yes, pod is a crystal.
Oh, that sword and Skullwoods, no fire rod. That's 2 completable crystals at this point. 0 pendants. Wait, one crystal for Eastern, 0 pendants, and...
What pod is completable, as we discussed.
Oh, you're right. That's
you can't full clear it, but it's completable.
2 crystals, right? We're still either. Technically, we can get a pendant too with Ice Palace.
We need mitts.
Right.
And yeah, we're just a big key away from Thieves. We're just a fire rod away from Skullwoods.
So we're well on the way here. 20 minutes in, and oh, it's a pod small and pod. I'm shocked. How about you, Dressy?
Never seen that before.
It's kind of like seeing a sword in swamp or a glove in swamp.
Oh, and as we mentioned, Thieves, Vex is doing the front 4. Still don't even know if it's a crystal or our last pendant.
And they got Garrison cleaning up, out of logic, but still very much doable, front of escape. Never mind, we can just full clear pod, it's fine.
Well, Muffin just found the pod small that Vex did, or unless someone found a 5th one.
Relkin got 2 pod smalls in pod so far. I think he came in with 3.
Oh, I didn't realize he had found 2 pod smalls in pod. Okay, so yes, we can full clear it.
We don't acknowledge book chat. That just doesn't exist until it does.
Well, we have the Desert Small, so that'll get us a few items in Desert if we want to trek all the way over there.
Exactly. We got what, Agina, Desert Ledge. And
we've checked
Wabi.
Agina, it's junk.
Oh, God.
There's our second Meyer Small sitting in pod.
Alright, so if you're Relkin, you probably just go straight to the boss at this point, I would think.
So, Muffins is going to find that book soon. Oh, and Garrison, right, with that cape, he can do the first check of Aga Tower.
Ooh, spicy. That's something that Pgog may not get to anytime soon.
Well, Muffins also has the cape, so he could think about going in there.
That's true. Extra had to slow down for that 10-pack of arrows to get to him. Right.
Yeah, when your main weapons are bow and hammer, arrows are kind of at a premium.
Well, we have 1 runner between the 4. We're at 5 hearts. Everyone else has 4.
And first check of Castle Tower was jump. But yeah, I bet Vex is heading for pod now.
See ya, Helma.
And that is Relkin's second crystal.
Well, and if Falcon doesn't find anything in pod, then that's just one less thing for Muffins to have to worry about going back for.
Yeah, but Relkin doesn't have the 5th small, so
Oh, that is true.
he'll have to orphan something since he's opened the middle door. I mean, you could, be crazy and never open the middle door and then, yeah, then you can get everything on 4 smalls, but that's a lot of effort and time.
That's a lot of work. Alright, we're still looking for what? A mirror, flippers, rods, a sword.
Mitts would be nice.
Yeah, hookshot, mitts.
Oh, there's powder in Harmless Hellway. That gives us Magic Bat.
Well, we do have 5 in Logic Pod Keys. It's not out of the realm of possibility for a 6 to be, like, right here if we need. It's 3 pod smalls in pod, it'd be fine. And we're finally getting money for Zora.
And Garrison is using that book to go into Desert, so that'll be 3 items we can get, plus we can check the torch.
And suddenly Rolkin's got plenty of money, have Zora money. So my best guess is that Hookshot is coming up very soon for somebody.
Yeah, we do need a way to get to East Death Mountain.
Hey, it's Hookshot for Rolkin.
Oh, was it just sitting there in pod as you said it?
Yep, pretty much the big chest right there.
Behind 6 pod smalls, of course.
Yes, it is. And we've got 5, so it's not terrible. Compass to Swamp and that chest, that's great. Hey, a Swamp Small. Just in time for Muffins to drain the dam for Pod Big.
And Vex is now discovering that he's going to be able to open more chests in pod than he thought. And this is Garrison's last available item. Just a piece of heart, but he will scout the Desert Torch, of course. Only useful thing he got in Desert was Blue Mail.
So we're a flipper. Oh, hi, Big Key on Desert Torch. We are, what, flippers away from Big Bomb at this point.
Yeah, that's true. And Mirror.
Oh, yeah, there's that minor thing too, but that'll be on East Death Mountain, that's fine.
So Vex, now having enough keys, is going right to the vanilla big key chest. This is new information. And it's junk.
Which is not going to hurt. We know right now that the powder leads to a full heart, so not going to miss that too much.
Well, he has enough keys, he'll get the powder.
Right, he's going to be in there full 6. Okay. So going to get that Swamp Small, going to get the Hook Shot, and the Crystal from Pod.
Relkin now grabbing that cape, I guess, just to have it. Has anyone scouted Bumper Ledge yet, or is Garrison about to do that?
I don't think we've seen that yet, no. I wouldn't be surprised to see Garrison go up there right now, though. Alright, Relkin gets back across the gap there. Gonna go to East Death Mountain, folks.
Oh yeah, he has the hook shot for that, doesn't he? And that's a small key on Bumper Ledge. We're gonna get that.
Or we're gonna do Spike Cave and then East Death Mountain.
Yes, the cape and half magic do put that in logic.
Yeah, plus that bottle, so no reason that something couldn't be here. Fire Rod likes to hide here in particular. When it's not in, Ice Palace. $5.
bumper cave without the hook shot, which Vex is going to find shortly, which is in logic, but annoying. That is,
Okay,
the game can force you to do bumper cave without the hook shot.
time for Garrison to get pod 6. There it is.
Okay, that was just disgusting.
Yup. So the game wants you to go to Death Mountain to get your cape, to go there to get pod 6, to get your hook shot and your swamp small from pod, and your powder if you want that. So Helm is in full logic. That's neat. Alright, time for the Cave of Wonders for Relkin. Hey, we got money! Oh.
Ice Rod.
Could be good, could be bad.
Right, you kind of want the Fire Rod.
The game, right, like, from the modes I've seen, from the races I've seen, the game is liking to put Turtle Rock as a pendant, which is kind of annoying.
Oh, Garrison still hasn't gotten his Samaria. Oh, and they're the Flippers!
And the Hera Big Key, so Hera is also in logic.
Right, though I'm sure Relkin will just Herapod anyway.
Oh my gosh, I don't think we've seen Thieves Town yet, have we, on any side?
Vex has done the front of Thieves.
Oh, okay.
And Garrison gets his first sword. Relkin still hasn't gotten his sword, but at least he has the hammer to beat Moldorm with.
Yeah, and no book to get Ether Tablet either. Oh, hello, Big Key. Dude.
Likely useless Big Key.
Yeah. But with what you've gotten on the mountain, that is one more check, and Swamp is fully clearable now.
Once we get the mirror.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Hey, a second sword. Thanks, Hera. Just bailing Relkin out, making it easy on him. That's a rude game. Gotta give people a challenge.
There's Vex's powder. So Garrison is following Vex to Pod.
It does make sense. You're gonna get Swamp Small. Hook shot's gonna be very likely required regardless.
Yeah, but Vex doesn't know that yet.
Oh,
He's
that's
about
true.
to find out, but it's just an interesting choice on Garrison's part before Vex finds that hook shot.
And Muffin's about to get the news on Pod 6.
Though I guess they're running out of stuff to do. I mean, what are they going to do? Catfish? Fake flipper checks?
Ew.
And they also know about all 6 pod smalls, so they know this is all in logic.
So, Mit's coming up inevitably, or Mir.
And down goes Moldorm for Relkin. Prize isn't worth anything, but that's a crystal, so that's 3 crystals for Relkin. I feel like Relkin and Vex are likely to be the crystal runners for their teams. Though, of course, the pendant runners will need to beat Eastern to get that cane.
Yeah, with Myra confirmed pendant, it is a thing. And now time for everybody's favorite check. Spiral with no boots.
At least he has a hook shot. No boots and no hook shot is when it's really bad.
Arm cross keys, 3 hearts, nothing. Just walk through. Good luck. Alright, nothing from Spiral. If Adirondack Rick would be here, he'd be like, yeah, and?
Where are those mitts then?
Catfish?
Could be.
Did we check in with Hobo, aka George?
Yes, Muffins went there. It was
Right,
a GT small.
we don't have Zor and Zor Ledge scouted, which Relkin's about to do.
Right, and that's now in logic. There's Vex's Ice Rod.
Now, Blue Mail on Zor Ledge with this health starved seed. I would not be surprised to see even Relkin, really, really good player, go and grab that.
Unless he wants to make Death Warping easy because we still don't have a mirror.
Also valid.
I know some runners, like Zelgadison, for instance, will do anything to avoid mail before he gets a mirror.
Alright, well, 10% return on Zora. So, Catfish, anybody?
Yeah, what else do we have?
Logically, I'm pretty sure nothing. I think Catfish may be the last check we have between these four runners.
Ether. Relkin doesn't have the book, neither does Vex. But we know where two swords are.
We do, you are right. Ether Tablet, yeah, Ether Tablet or Catfish at this point, I think are the last two checks.
Yeah, if it's Ether, it's gonna have to wait until Garrison or Muffins get up the mountain because they can get their second sword in Hera, and they'll have the book. Or Catfish has the Fire Rod.
It's kind of unfortunate that the two runners that are going up Death Mountain and could potentially have Master Sword are the two that don't have the book.
That's how it is, isn't it?
I think Relkin may get our first few into Catfish, though, but I don't know if their team is done front of escape. I think that may have been Muffins.
What? Muffins just did Catfish for the Fire Rod.
Oh, okay. I very much missed that.
And Garrison's gone back into Eastern because he knows he'll want that Samaria.
So Fire Rod basically just puts Bridge, Skullwoods, and Logic, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 extra checks, but yeah, Moth isn't actually in Logic because we don't have any Skullwood Smalls.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure that both teams, one runner, stole that key.
Garrison not going for the Armos quick kill, just slow and steady, but gets it.
Also got a crystal, so when GT has, a mirror, then we'll be able to go there pretty quick.
Right. And Vex is our first runner to get a Master Sword.
But no book.
Right. But that's probably why Garrison's going to the mountain. Well, I mean, he'll want the flippers anyway.
Yeah, this is definitely good for Team Miendiem is supposed to carry us, because it'll at least give them knowledge to know if X needs to gun it for that book. Otherwise, the only other things the book does is Front of Desert, which was not a lot right now, and
So Vex pretty much has to do Catfish after Moldorm, because what else haven't they checked that is the team?
nothing. Alright, so we've got Broken about to get that Fire Rod. I'm guessing gonna go gun it for Escape, or not Escape, Skullwoods.
Yeah, Muffin's going for his hook shot and Swamp Small.
And 8,000 pod keys in pod, because, pod does pod.
And Vex evening up the crystal count with Relkin.
You want to know the really weird part here, Drossi?
What?
We are 38 minutes in, 4 runners, and 0 TR small keys.
Maybe the game actually doesn't want us in TR despite giving us that lovely ice rod.
Which makes it our third pendant, absolutely.
Of course.
Star in the game. Okay, yeah, Broken going right for Mothula. No mirror, cannot check, well, no book either, I guess. I was thinking maybe check PED, but there's very little that would put a PED required for the Crystal Runner. That would be unfortunate.
So I imagine Garrison's gonna skip Hera because... No? Oh, right, the sword. He needs the Master Sword, duh. But once he gets the Master Sword, I imagine he'll skip the climb, because what else is he gonna get in here?
I would think so. You're going to get that. You're going to get the tablet and the big key to what, ice here, but... Or swamp, I should say, but that's like it.
And Vex doing Spike Cave right. Missing Mike hasn't checked that yet.
I'm pretty sure Structural Mike still hasn't checked that chest.
They're calling themselves Missing Mike for short, as in microphone, because Miendiem, uses the microphone as his kind of logo, since he does so many comms.
I don't think Relkin did the logical bridge chest yet. This makes sense because, well, take care of Moth and then you get kicked out and go right back in and save and quit.
What was on Ether anyway? I missed it for all that.
I very much missed it as well. Chat.
Oh no, chat's saying Garrison fluted away. He did not think to check Ether.
Oh. Well, that could be spicy later.
Yeah, that's an interesting move, especially, taking that trip to Hera just for a Master Sword. You now have Book and Master Sword, and there's a tablet next door.
And with our knowledge, we know that basically has a 50% chance of being our progression. It's either Skull, a Bridge Chest, or Ether Tablet. Would be, what, Mitts? Or... No, just Mitts or Mirror.
Oh wow, awesome fake real powder by Vex. You don't get to see that very often.
All right, where you're like out of magic.
Yeah. What did Muffins just get in that bridge chest? I missed it, but...
There was no text.
Oh, that was Nits. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Bridge chest was the progression.
All right, that is Ice Palace. In full logic, I want to say.
Yeah, we can also do the Mire area. We don't have Mire Big to beat it, but...
Alright, Muffin saying bye. We are Crystal. See you later. So, Pgog just got extremely lucky with that Ether Tablet.
Well, and meanwhile, Missing Mike needs to get to Catfish, but that may be where Vex is going.
Right, they have, that'd be unfortunate. They go into ice looking for a fire rod. Because that Bombos kind of could put Catfish off potentially for a while. Well, I guess they need mitts, never mind. That fire rod's hard required to progress.
Yeah. And Muffin's now going to get his Samaria. So, Relkin still doesn't have the book.
Sure doesn't.
And did Relkin not grab the sword in Skullwoods while he was there, or is it just not on his tracker?
I think we're about to find out.
He did not grab the sword. He is still on Fighter's Sword. He went to Skullwoods, got his mitts, beat Moth, and didn't grab the sword from Pinball Room.
Well, it's an easy grab, I guess, but it's... Oh my gosh, that's still rough.
And there's the Fire Rod for Vex, and Garrison's about to get it as well.
Wait for Turtle Rock, and Turtle Rock is... Well, we can get 3 checks.
Yep. Better than not having Fire Rod and only being able to get 1 check.
True. But of course, we're going to go for Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny in hopes that we get at least a TR small for another check.
So, Relkin's one crystal away, and Vex will soon be one crystal away from being able to do Ganon. Well, Relkin needs to get a second sword, too.
And I think Crystal Runners at this point are in go mode with a mirror.
Relkin doing the map check. This may be the first time that Inifinity and Pgog has learned that Meyer is a pendant.
Ew.
Hey, your favorite item in the first chest of Hookshot Cave?
Frosty, please. But we're probably not going into TR. We're probably going to go to GT, because GT.
Also true. And you only have to worry about the basement. You can't do the climb because the big key is self-locking.
True. Technically, you could climb if you cheaty glitched, but you'd get banned. Number one, you get disqualified, and number two, it's filled with junk.
Yeah, not recommended to do that when an admin's calming your race.
Also correct. I'll just make sure you look away when it happens, it's fine. Just the game bugged, you got a GT big, it's fine.
Well, Relkin and Muffins are both big glitched runners.
Alright, GT, give us our mirror for Crystal Go.
Vex, did he not have a small key to beat Moth? I guess.
I'm pretty sure two of the runners stole the small key and used it in the front. And we haven't gotten a Skull Small otherwise, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw Skull Small in Hookshot Cave, but obviously you need the mitts to get there.
Yup.
And Garrison also is not sitting on a Skull Small.
Oh, look, a CT Small.
How cute. So, Muffins and Ice.
Seriously, Muffins hit the switch, even though you've got a big key and a small key, but yeah, to each throne.
Skullwood's big, that's one more check unlocked.
Oh, game. I mean, if we get a desert big, that could put Swamp null and void at this point.
Regardless of anything, we absolutely need a Meyer big, which could be in Meyer at this point.
True. And you know we're going to find a mirror somewhere here in GT.
Would be kind of crazy if we do this all without a mirror.
Well, needing 5 of 7 crystals, yeah, very feasible.
Oh, Vex is doing those first 3 checks in TR before he even goes to Super Bunny or Hookshot Caves. Hey, there's a TR Small sitting in Compass Room of GT. Another Skullwood Small. Le Filet. Third sword, though it's Relkin's second.
And what should have been Relkin's tempered.
And there's our third Skullwood Small sitting in Ice, so now we know where all the Skullwood Smalls are.
On opposite sides of the world, that's fine.
Oh, and our tracker Iker is saying that Turtle Rock Big was in Freezor Chest and Ice. The boots!
And was that in TR?
Yep, Firelocked and TR were the boots. And Harris Small, just in case you want to take a coffee break.
Well, Relkin's probably going to go do that after this. I mean, you have at least 1 TR Small, so... Well, I guess not, because Muffins is going to tell him about the TR big keys, so... I think Relkin's going to miss out on those boots for a while.
Yeah, Garrison just found the TR big there. Muffin's in the room before Cold Stare if he can beat the boss, though he is still on Fighter Sword. He will get the first pendant of the game.
And Vextifer whoopsing, kind of falling down a cliff there.
Well, it was his reaction to getting the fire shield.
Pure terror. I can't blame him.
And Muffins also gets bottle percent in addition to his green pendant. Relkin, meanwhile, grabbed the shroom in Rando Room, so there's our last fetch quest.
Everybody's using the bomb strats in GT. I love it.
Well, without boots, that's the best way to avoid the time spent in that portal. Oh, is Vex actually going all the way around for Hera Basement? And still no Ether Tablet because he doesn't have the book.
And W. Garrison on Cold Stare, going to get that bottle here in a moment. There it is. And we have Relkin fighting Ice Armos here. Give us the mirror game, you know you want to.
Well, Saha didn't have anything for us. And there's our fourth sword, or Relkin's third, so I guess he'll never go to Pinball Chest.
So if I'm not mistaken, we got, what, a TR small key? Legally, like, logically, we got 2 swords and a small key to TR, I think.
Oh, I see what happened. Vex saved and quit, and then remembered that, oh yeah, I can do GT. It's only 1 crystal to unlock. So Vex will actually get Butter Sword.
This could be bad for Pgog. They're not going to get that front of escape done for a bit here. And Vextifer does not have that GT small key, so gonna be interesting routing here.
Yeah, that's why he stole it from under the pot.
And Relkin is on their way to Ice Palace, probably just getting that TR big and leaving.
Oh, now Garrison finally remembered to check Ether.
TR small. Sorry, go ahead.
Then, by that point, Vex has found the TR small, so Garrison will probably want to get a TR small so he can at least, get a bit farther into TR. That'll get him as far as Crystal Roller. Or were there 2 TR smalls in, GT?
I thought there was only one. I thought there was like 1 in Compass or something.
Okay.
And we got new checks coming on Muffin's side and Meyer. I guess this is where the game's hiding the mirror, theoretically, if the game wants us to have it.
And there's Vex's Tempered. And Vex has no mirror. So he is deciding to Death Warp. What did Relkin do here? Did he also Death Warp?
He did, yeah. Mine are doing... Go ahead.
Vex is gonna have to skip double firebar room.
Yeah, no small keys to GT, so gonna have to steal the one on the left, go all the way to Compass, get the replacement key, then you have enough to go to Isarvos, but yeah. Looks like Garrison's gonna go ahead and double dip TR. The problem is that you're gonna get one small key, but that only unlocks one check.
No, one small key plus the big is enough to get you to Crystal Roller.
I don't think so. I think you have to use your small key, and then you get a replacement Pokey small key to use it on that door. And I think
right, but you
need
can't
a
get
second
past
one.
Chomps, you're right.
Yeah.
I miscounted.
Probably getting another Meyer Small or two here in Meyer, very likely.
Ooh, Smiths gave us a TR small. Yay, Smiths. And hey, we'll finally see that big key on library, which is Meyer Big. Well then.
Okay, well...
Garrison can get his second pendant.
Yeah, we have the ability to go and full clear Meyer. Fortunately, before Miendiem was supposed to carry us, sends anybody in there.
Oh right, and there was that key on Desert Torch, wasn't there?
That is right. If that is a TR small, that allows everything in TR except the lava chest. That's a really good shot of that being either a TR key or...
Ooh, we're also seeing that Desert is a crystal on Garrison's screen.
Or GT, I guess. Yeah, so that gives us all of our crystals without...
Oh, Desert Big Key in Desert. How funny. So, okay. That is,
That's Crystal Go.
Yeah, that is Vex's Go.
So... Turtle Rock or Thieves Town is our last pendant.
Oh, was Mirror and Meyer by any chance? Because Muffin's just mirrored.
It had to have been, yeah.
Okay, and Garrison is going into Meyer, which he can actually beat. Pgog still doesn't have the boots.
So we're basically either two TR smalls or two TR smalls or a Thieves Big from no mode for everybody.
See, I don't know why Vex is going for Moth. Well, right, they haven't beaten Moth, so it's just as likely that they could get progression on Moth as Landmo. I was thinking, well, you know Moth's nothing, but no, they don't know Moth's nothing.
Nice butter sword for Vex, though. Meanwhile, Muffin's still on one sword. I don't know if that's gonna work off us. Never mind, you're good.
But Skullwood's Big was junk. Oh, Mirror was right there on the bridge, okay.
So technically speaking, the only things we needed from GT were a TR small, theoretically, if that's a pendant. Alright, so we now have Miendiem was supposed to carry us team with knowledge of that mirror. So you probably send your crystal person to get their 5 crystals, and then straight to somewhere like Swamp.
Right, so if you're Vex, who's just getting his 4th crystal, you duck into Mire, grab the mirror out, and finish Desert.
Pretty much. Or you could just skip Desert right now and go straight to Swamp and just assume that your teammates, Thieves Big or TR Small, could be hanging out in
Well, but if you
Swamp.
get your 5th crystal already, then if you find your teammates go in Swamp, you don't have to finish Swamp.
True. And we don't know what that small key is on Desert Torch yet, do we?
No, Desert Torch had its own big key.
Right, okay. Alright, so Muffin's about to get TR Small.
Also, we don't know what's on Landmo. It's entirely possible your Go mode is sitting on Landmo.
That's also true. Well, we know it's not in GT, at least. And
By
it
the
looks
way,
like-
do give these runners a follow. All great guys.
Very true. While you're at it, give my co-com a follow. His link's in chat there, along with our wonderful trackers as well. We got Fishing Boot and Ike here doing all the hard work for us. Y'all are amazing.
I just realized we have a bit of height discrimination in this stream. The shorter runners are on the bottom. I say this as a short person who's sensitive to such things. Oh, right, I just realized Relkin has to do this as his 5th crystal because Pgog can't beat Desert without the boots.
Not wrong. That's hanging out in the front of TR. So Swamp could be entirely empty, and their stuff could be behind boots.
Oh, Vex didn't beat Landmo for all that.
Yeah, it is one check versus you know Swamp is a crystal, so I don't hate it.
I think Vex just had a moment of thought there.
Or
Garrison may have to beat Landmo just to make sure that it's not anything. Because you don't want to orphan it.
Alright, we got Rogan doing left side Swamp immediately. I like that.
We don't have silvers, so Garrison's gonna have to do this a somewhat slow way, and of course he's only on Master Sword. Vex could have an easier Vidi fight on Butter Sword. Okay, just enough power to the cape that he was able to take down all the small eyeballs with Master Sword spins.
But not enough arrows.
Nope.
Alright, we got a compass to TR on left side of Swamp. Yay, thanks, game.
And Vidi just has arrows! Imagine that.
Convenient, and $20. So, left side skippers unite. Well done.
I feel like since Vex is in here, he should just go for the back. And Garrison is going to do land mode to make sure that item isn't anything important. And Relkin and Vex can do Pyramid Fairy right after this.
So Relkin has 3 TR small keys at this point per the tracker here, so that is going to be very interesting.
Oh, Garrison is orphaning Landmo, so I don't know. Landmo could be our go mode. No one wants to do it.
Just like 2 Infinity and Pgog just doesn't want to do front of tier. It's just not a thing. But I guess Muffin's gonna have a bigger excuse to go right there after this. So theoretically, Pgog could be in go mode.
Where's Garrison going?
The issue is the only person that could get TR completed, and if it's a pendant, is Roken, who's the crystal runner. Which is why we see Muffins in GT looking for that other TR small via compass. I think they don't have it yet.
Nice simultaneous Argus fights in the corners there. Relkin has him down, Vex has him down. Oh yeah, have we seen the second check in Castle Tower?
Sure haven't. And Muffin's not even going to bother with the free magic refill. Does Muffins have 2 more shots?
He has green goo. That's the thing about hitting bottle percent. Chances are you picked up something good in one of those bottles.
10 arrows at K45. I can't remember if we saw that. I'm pretty sure we have not seen Graveyard Ledge, though.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen K45 or Graveyard Ledge. We haven't seen Purple Chest either. Or Bombos.
Okay, Muffins gets the TR key. Muffin's going to go straight for Total Rock.
So Pgog will get their hour 8-minute boots.
So Pgog, I didn't realize this, but Pgog is still missing the Meyer Big.
Oh, right. Where was that? Library, right.
Oh, they are? Okay, the boots are just hard locking. Okay.
Now, of course, we still don't know whether the last pendant is... Oh, did we have confirmation that TR is the last pendant? I'm seeing it on the tracker now.
So, with this pair of booties that Pgog is going to get... Oh, is that a Thieves'
There's the Thieves' Big.
Okay, so with the knowledge that we've got, with the knowledge that Pgog is about to have, Pgog is going to be in go mode.
Vex was going to check Bombos, except he still never got the book. And yeah, Garrison, unfortunately, in TR with 2 smalls, he is not going to be able to beat it.
And Relkin's leaving, so... Wait, Relkin's not going for those boots, though.
No, Relkin has 5 crystals.
That's true.
Oh, do they not... They don't know what the last pendant is.
I don't think so. They also don't know what that big key on library is, though we might have every other big key between them, so they might... Well, they won't, because there's a big key on library and on Desert Torch, I guess. So I think Pgog knows they're very likely in go mode at this point.
Wait, whose map did show us that TR was a pendant?
I'm not sure.
It's on the tracker, but...
Vextiver, thank you, Ikir.
Okay.
So this means that, basically, Miendiem was supposed to carry us team is missing a TR small. And was that... Have they not done Smith Chain?
That is correct. They have not done Smith Chain, but so they're missing that TR small. Now,
Yeah.
there could be the fourth TR small on Laser Bridge. That is entirely logically possible, or Mimic Cave.
It's not wrong. So...
Like anywhere but Lava Chest or Trinex.
Yep.
So
So
Garrison could get majorly bailed out here if the fourth TR small is in TR. And Vex is finally checking the second Agate Tower chest. That'll be our first look at that. No, that was the TR map, so we didn't know TR until now. There is no way you could have known TR, so we don't know what the last pendant is.
Oh, Thieves Town, okay. So process of
Oh,
elimination.
Iker's saying that Vex New Thieves is a crystal. I see. Got it. There's our second CT small. What was on Lumberjack? I assume junk. Did anyone scout it?
I don't think anybody ever went in there.
Oh. Well, that could be the last TR small.
That'd be a logic nightmare, holy moly. The good news is with no Aga beaten, if you can... Oh gosh. There's no real easy way to save your portal for Laser Bridge.
You mean to do, Smith to get the third TR small?
Exactly. You'd have to grab the Smith Death Warp
Yep.
and then flute over and turn that in.
Yep. Not great, but there are still 4 chests on Laser Bridge. It's not like we've never seen a TR small on Laser Bridge.
True.
And that is Trinex down for Muffins, and we got the sewers key.
Alright, so Muffins just has to go to the library for Pgog's go mode.
Oh, that was Silver's on Laser Bridge. That's a GT small.
Garrison does know that you can just hookshot these guys, right?
Okay, the last TR small is Bonk Rocks. Vex just found it. That's really good for Garrison because he can just flute in the light world and easily save his portal.
Which he's doing now. He skip check 4. And okay, Pgog is in go mode too. So Pgog is in good shape here. Because we've got Broken heading to beat Ganon and doesn't need boots. We have Muffins heading to beat Pendant number 3 in Meyer.
Well, Vex is also dropping into Ganon. Garrison just needs to get over to Bonk Rocks. And then it's a question of how quickly can he climb the mountain and get back to his portal beat Trinex compared to Muffins rushing Meyer to Vidi. This is going to be close.
This is going to be close.
I assume the Ganon runners will finish first by a small amount, but yeah, Garrison will immediately flute to 1 as soon as he gets out of here. But he has to climb the mountain.
And going a slightly longer way to get to Vitty, so a little bit of an advantage for W. Garrison. Oh, this is going to be close. Because Garrison still has to get through the back of TR several rooms. I still got to give the advantage to Pgog, I think, at this point. Not by much, but I think Pgog has a little bit of an advantage.
I think you're right, but it is insanely close.
It is tight. They both have to mirror and flute and run.
Did Muffins get the silvers in, Did
Yep.
Muffins get the silvers in Laser Bridge, or did he skip Laser Bridge? I didn't actually catch it.
I believe Muffin skipped the last chest.
He does not have silvers, or he'd be using them.
Oh, I think, no, I think they go moded possibly? I don't know.
But yeah, this is... Muffins is assuming both runners can run to pet at the same speed. Muffins is going to be ever so slightly faster.
But that being
Wow.
said, get your GGs in for Relkin and Vexter for finishing just back to back.
Yeah, officially Vex 5 seconds ahead of Relkin, but it doesn't matter since we go by second finisher.
Okay, this'll be, oh, Garrison's got silvers. Oh,
Why does that matter? He's just pulling ped.
oh, right, never mind. And we got Muffins going to the wrong flute spot.
No! He still has a lead. Garrison has to flute. As long as Muffins can run to ped, at least as fast as Garrison can run to ped, he will win this. But boy, is this close.
Garrison,
Oh, Garrison, getting stuck at the signpost doesn't help.
all right, get your GGs in chat for Team 2 Infinity and Pgog taking this race.
Wow. Muffins
And-
pulls ped at 116.50.
And with that, get your GGs in for W. Garrison, and Miendiem was supposed to carry his team as well, coming in second place, but holy moly, close race.
117.03, a 13-second finish. Wow.
All right, we'll see if we can get everybody in for interviews here. We've got Muffins and Relkin, team of 2 Infinity and Pgog, joining us, and the boot GGs to both of you.
GG's. Thanks.
So we'll probably wait just a moment. I'm going to see if we can get the other team in here, kind of minimize the amount of questions going between everybody. But as you can probably tell from the race room finish time, things were incredibly close. We do have as well the other team, Miendiem, was supposed to carry us, joining us in the boot. GG's to both of you as well. You put on a heck of a show.
I bet that was exciting.
Jeez.
GG's, guys.
Sure was. GG's.
Dude, Rolkin, I'm sweating, man. That sucks. It sucks finishing first in this mode, dude. It's gross. Hey, what was your 5th crystal, Rolkin?
My 5th was Swamp.
Okay, so you guys did the same thing.
Yeah,
Kinda.
I mean, I got the Thieves Big out of Pyramid Fairy, and so I went to go do that in case it was the pendant.
But
Oh.
we killed Trinex and Blind like simultaneously.
Yeah.
We knew that we were a TR small short because we never did Bonk Rock.
What? How did you know that TR was the last pendant?
we got the maps for everything else.
Where was the map?
Yeah, where was
Oh,
the
where was
Thieves
the-
map?
Yeah, where were those maps?
The map for Thieves Town, I think was in Meyer? Or no, in Meyer, maybe Meyer Shed.
No, it wasn't there.
No.
Muffins did that.
Huh.
We were
It was
being
so-
told Castle Tower check 2.
Oh, okay. I
Oh.
was going to do that. I guess I should have. Done that because I was ahead, but
You were
I
going
think it
there
might have been
just
better
as
for
you
me to
got your
beat
thieves
thieves. Yeah. No telling if I'd have gotten the map.
Yeah,
We were in go mode at that point anyway.
Yeah, we knew we could finish. We just didn't know between TR and thieves.
Yeah, we were. At one point, Garrison had mentioned, he goes, "Oh, I'll save and quit after I get the boots, and I'll just do the 2 bonk chests or the 2 boots checks before getting the big keys with the boots."
Yeah,
And we just decided not to, and so we didn't do that. And then one of them was Meyer, so we went into Meyer instead, and that cost us the TR small and bonk rocks. And so we were looking for a TR small for like forever.
I knew that. We knew what the dungeons were. I had the 2 pendants for Meyer and Ice, and at that point, I had 0 TR smalls in my inventory.
It took almost an hour for any of you 2 teams to get any TR smalls. Then it just kind of came 1, 2, 3 when you get the boots,
Yeah.
right?
And one of them was what? The other one, someone told me the other one was Smith's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wasn't getting that one anytime soon.
Yeah, I just figured go straight to TR, hope that one of them was in TR, and I'm like, if I could save a portal, if X finds one, that's fine.
Well, Drassi and I were wondering for a bit if Relkin was going to dip into TR, then we're like, probably not with GT readily available, but it is 3 checks, we've got 0 smalls, but there's probably small keys in GT, I don't know, it's hard to say, and then you didn't do it, we were like, that's fine.
Then I got boots.
And
right
then-
after.
Exactly, and Boots comes up a few minutes later, we're like, oh, sorry, Relkin.
Oh god, yeah, that's true. We were talking about whether Railkin goes to TR
Well, so-
after GT.
I don't think I would have done it if I could have gotten further in TR. But like honestly, the first 3 checks in TR don't really cost you anything now or later.
Well, I think it would have been an easier decision if y'all had, I think, a mirror at the time.
Well, I mean, I was still in green mail, and so dying in roller room is like not very difficult. Right? So I was like, all right, I'll do compass chest and then get roller room, and I'll just die to the roller, and it's the same as mirroring almost, right? So I found the boots. I was like, that's good, but you know, I went to GT, and I didn't have a GT small, so I had to kind of do that really slow. I had to steal the key, then go right side, and then go back, all without the
Yeah,
mirror.
Boots was go mode for us actually because we knew the 2 boots locked big keys and we had everything except 2. So one of them had to be desert, one of them had to be Maya.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Here's a question: did you guys end up last locating Mitts?
Pretty much, yeah. We
Oh,
lost
yeah.
the last located them.
Dude, I had to get mitts with no Skullwood small key. That was like
Muffin-
taking it.
Yeah, Muffins did Skullwoods early and dropped down to not have to use a key. So,
Yeah.
but he didn't end up killing Moth anyway. I
Yeah,
was
that-
going to drop, but then I found other swords.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that, like, those little things is what, you know, in a 13-second race, it's all those little bitty things where you like, one thing was different just slightly that kind of costs you. Because I would have gotten, if I wouldn't have had to go do TR or do Skullwoods again just to get the crystal, then, you know, I would have been faster to whatever I got, you know?
Yeah.
And so that double diff costs a lot.
And then there's
Even-
Muffins. Got a quick question for you.
Go on.
You got a Master Sword, right? You with me?
I'm with you.
You got a book, and you're leaving Hera.
Yeah.
There's a tablet next door. How come you flew
I
away?
checked it.
I
you?
missed. I was the one who didn't. I was the one who did the dumb.
It was okay. It was Garrison. Okay.
You got mad at Muffins and Garrison sitting here like that was me.
No, that was me.
Wow.
As soon as I flew it away, I was like, why did I do that?
Oh, hey, don't worry, because I did something similar. I saved and quit from the pyramid when I should have kept going to catfish.
Catfish.
And then I almost started going back to the pyramid ledge again.
Oh,
Oh, gosh.
okay. So you put Fire Rod off for a very long time, like we did.
Oh, yeah.
We
Oh, yeah.
When we
that
Catfish
too.
was our last location, we went up, we grabbed Fire Rod, and we're like, okay, I guess we're both going to Skull Woods. And Vex like, I don't have a key. I'm like, that means it's not even on Moss.
I mean, yeah, there were no keys available. So, yeah.
Between both teams, at one point, you had Catfish and Bridge Chest of Skull, and lo and behold, both of them had good things.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, catfish had a fire rod. You needed catfish to get to Bridge Chest of Skull.
Oh, right. Never mind. You're right.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like a linear change. This scene was kind of linear, but also not. Like, if that makes sense. I don't know. In a co-op, it was linear because there was only so many ways to split stuff up.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't that linear. But because you can clear so fast with two people, it just felt linear because you just bottleneck into the crappy checks that no one's gonna go do.
Yeah,
That's why you got a teammate. You send your teammate to do it. Sorry, go ahead.
I have a hard time understanding what the right thing to do in this mode is because of the last finisher idea
Oh yeah,
and,
right.
and a two separate goals thing. It always messes with my mind, and so I'm always second guessing: is this the right thing to do, or or not? You know, and so it's a big mind flip.
Yeah, no, I agree with you though. I think Swamp was for us. We were short of TR small, and I needed one more crystal, and I had entry into Swamp with the mirror and Mire, so I went and got the mirror instead of doing desert, which I also could have done. I just went and did
Wait,
Swamp.
Desert Big Key. Where was that?
In
on
desert.
Torch.
In desert, that's the one.
Oh, that
yeah.
was that Big Key. Okay.
Yeah, and so but obviously Swamp makes a lot more sense there, right? Because we were looking for just a big key or just a small key to TR, and I was like, well,
Oh, God.
if it's in Swamp, then cool.
We
had
just
two
needed
choices.
the boots because I found thieves big key and that meant that boots would give us our last big keys.
Yeah, I went into TR, so I got, at least we had boots for longer. That makes me feel a little better.
The thing that drives me nuts about this mode is that either the pendants are something like Ice Mire TR, which is the most common configuration I've seen in any of the practice that we've done, or it's like Swamp Mire TR, or the pendants are like Eastern Hera Pod. and then the crystals are all locked like behind the TR big key or some nonsense. This mode gets one person done as a jet and then the other person is just rude the whole way. And it's the only thing we've seen in practice.
Not wrong.
We kept wanting it to not be that way. I'm like, there's no way that TR is this last pendant again, right?
Right? Alright, so y'all have, one more match coming up tomorrow afternoon Eastern. What is that, 1 p.m. Eastern?
No,
4
it's like
PM
at
Eastern.
4 p.m. Eastern.
Which is an hour earlier than it sounds because of the clock change for the US.
Yeah. Technically, it's not 24 hours from now, it's 23 hours.
Oh, you are right. I was misreading that schedule. I always forget it's posted in Eastern Standard, and a lot of other things on Discord are posted in your local time. It's so confusing. Alright, so
No.
we have... Oh, sorry, guys.
No, I wasn't going to say anything important.
And we have, Relkin, and we'll see with Garrison, you again, Norsk Maddie. That's going to be a heck of a race. Anything you guys are looking for that one?
I want to be 15 seconds faster.
I thought the flute to 3 was a good touch at the end.
Oh, do you mean Muffins fluting a 5
Oh,
by
my flute to
accident?
5. Oh,
What was
God.
it, 5?
Yeah. And,
Okay.
yeah, flute to 5 by accident, then open map while I'm trying to flute, and then get to 3.
Oh,
God.
no.
Dude, it's sweaty after the first person finishes on each team.
Oh, man.
My hand was shaking all over the place.
Sweaty as hell.
All right, Drosy had to duck out of here for his afternoon here, but we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. A big thank you to all four of you and our two trackers, of course, handling all the tough tracking today. Thank you both as well. But any final thoughts from you guys before we start going in here?
No, just GG's to everyone. Thanks again for the
GG's.
restream and everything.
It's fun when
Jeez,
stuff is
thank you
close.
for the
It was
restream.
super fun to watch. So
Yeah, I'll have
we
to.
got to see
I'm
it.
definitely watching this back. This is so cool.
Forgetting everyone needed a mirror at one point. Like, we can get a swamp. And Dross is like, no mirror. And that was like 3 times.
Ah.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Well, GG's everybody. You put on a fantastic show. Links are in chat for everybody here. Give them a follow. Did a fantastic job. Their next race tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. No restream quite yet, but all sorts of racing coming up. Stay tuned to the SpeedGaming channels. Pretty much coming up here at about 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We do have the Androna Drifters versus Boing Boing Boingers later on today. So that'll be on SpeedGaming, this very channel. Otherwise, stay tuned to the SpeedGaming family of channels and the ALTTPR League channels for more races coming up, and any independent restreams doing a fantastic job as well. But we'll call it here, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Hope everybody has a good rest of your night here. And we will catch you all later. Be safe. Take care.